Our weekly prayer is taken from Psalm chapter 501. What is the title of the psalm? I have sinned against you alone, Lord. Psalm chapter 51, and the creed of repentance par excellence. It has become for every Christian a classic which inspires the penitential approach when one falls into sin. Breathing this confession of David and closely linked to his sin of adultery with Bathsheba and at the murder of his husband, he laughs. We also associate at this event the Psalm chapter 32, where the joy of being forgiven is celebrated. If Psalm chapter 51 and a prayer of contrition. Psalm chapter 32 sing the joy of being forgiven. A man as high in society as David Summer does not know content with a secret humiliation, but wanted his prayer to become public and intended to be sung on religious solemnities. Shows the reality and depth of his repentance. Paul had the same disposition of heart in his solemn repentance of the persecution he was doing to the Church of Christ. The psalm can be divided into 4 stanzas. The first verse, David's confession. David recognizes his sin. He is shot. And meditate at length on her fate. Eli Semi, yes, take courage and let us do our sin. David recognizes his sin. He is shot. And meditate at length on her fate. He is humbled. Yes, take courage and let us do our sin. David confesses him and his sins to seek God's forgiveness. He asks his grace. David asks him for his grace because he knows that our God is merciful. Second stanza, verses 9 to 14. Verses 9 through 14 are a prayer for the restoration of moral purity. David who fell into sin will not be David who fell into sin. Wouldn't be by itself. David who fell into sin would not know about himself. Return to your former position. Do it. The grace of God can purify and renew it. His brokenness makes him seek forgiveness and moral purification. Teaches the verses 15 to 19. Finally, verses 15 to 19. Third stanza, verses 15 to 19. The fisherman forgiven and now well placed to teach others the ways of God. David will have realized this wish by making this prayer available to us. That is to say, the prayer of Psalm chapter 51, but also Psalm chapter 32. The conclusion of this score should challenge each of us. The only sacrifice that suits God is a humbled spirit. The only sacrifice that suits God. It is a humbled spirit. The fourth stanza, verse 20